Hi, this is Brad. I'm going to do a real quick video review on the Chileaf. This is a combination unit. It's a speedometer. It's got a headlight, it's got a horn, it's got a tail light, all kinds of good stuff, sold on Amazon. And I think they also sell it under a few different names. But I'll tell you a little about it very briefly, hopefully. And I'll tell you how to install the thing because the directions really aren't that clear. Now I've got it set up on my bike, which is a Trek 7000, and sorry if you can't see it too well right now. I've just got it here in my living room. Here's basically what you need to do. Take the head unit. It's going to come out, and you can see there's two plugs right here. The top plug is a mini USB, so you're going to go ahead and use that and charge the device. So give it a full charge, and when it's done, remove, of course, the mini USB. And step one is very simple. You're just going to attach this to the frame, and this is a rubber. It's a rubber strap basically, and you pull it tight, and then it just sort of secures to the unit. I don't know if you can really see that too well, but in any event, it does. Trust me. Not hard to do. You just pull it up. No screws, anything like that. So put it where you want it. You can see I've got it kind of on the left side. I'd say step two, secure the horn. Okay, so there's the horn button. I put it on the right side. Pretty loud. So the bottom will basically, whatever you've selected in terms of, like, the top will change the different horn sound. So you can hear all of the different options here. So whatever I stop at, it will go ahead and make that sound. Okay, so that's where I put the button. Now, once you've installed, and they install all the same way with this rubber strap. Maybe you can see a little better how it's secured. Okay, and so once you get that, you take the cord, as you can see, and you just run it to the top, the USB port, the same one you were charging. So then you're pretty much good. You can test it out if you want to. You can also test out the flashlight, the headlight, I should say. It has a number of different modes. Give me just a moment. I'm going to turn it on. So, you know, I have it on right here. You can see, to be quite honest with you, that's dimmer. I don't have all the modes down perfectly. And I'm sorry if the video is a little shaky, but I'm just sitting here holding my iPhone. That's really bright. So these are very nice. And then I'm trying to remember how you turn the sucker off. There we go. So that's that. Now the second step I would say is install the tail light. Okay, you can see the tail light right here. You can see it has you can have it just on steady red. You can have a blink, a little bit slower blink, and then off. Pretty simple to install this. Same type of strap. I don't know if you can see it or not. You see, you just kind of pull it and put it into place. And in terms of the batteries, there's two batteries inside, and they do provide them. There's a clear plastic disc in between the two batteries. Pardon me. And what you're going to do is remove that disc. So you just unscrew this, take it out. Obviously, you want to make sure you put the batteries back the same way, but take that plastic disc. You can keep it, throw it away, whatever you want to do with it. Put it back on, and then, you know, until you take that disc out, it's not going to function. Okay, but then it will. And very easy to install. Literally, you could do it in a minute, right? Now, in terms of the speedometer sensor, you need to decide what fork you're going to position it on. I think you can see here I got it on the left fork, right? And so there's two parts to this. There's a kind of a magnet. It's got a magnet on it. You can more or less see how you don't need a screwdriver. You can tighten it by hand. So you know, open it, tighten it, put it where it belongs, and then on the fork, I would clean the fork. So I'm not going to tell you what to use because somebody will get snarky with me and say, "Oh, that's going to damage your paint." But get it clean because you're going to need it to stick. Okay, and there's two little pieces that are double-sided tape. Once you get it in the position, you want it to stick to the fork. Now, I don't know if I can. Well, essentially, this will need to come within about 3 millimeters or so, plus or minus, but not touch, obviously, the receiver. We'll call this the receiver and this the magnetic sensor. So they need to come close to each other, but obviously they can't rub. Once you get the positioning right, you're going to go ahead and make sure it's dry, of course. You're going to go ahead and use that sticky and lock it down. And then finally, you got the wire. It's just going to be dangling. So, you know, they do give you some zip ties. So I can kind of show you, you know, I just used a few of them. But you can see, I think you can see, you know, I have one here. I haven't cut off the end of it yet. I also have one, I don't know if we can see it from my position, a little bit higher up on the fork. But that holds it into position pretty nicely. So, you know, we'll just turn them on for a second. And so you have a nice setup. You can switch it from, I'm not going to tell you how to do all the settings. You can change it from kilometers per hour, miles per hour. There's a lot of different ways to do it. To be candid with you, I'm not totally up on all those right at the moment. But again, there it is on bright. You got a really nice bright light. You have an easy to read sensor that will tell you what you're doing, and with a lot of different features. You have a horn. Somebody gets in your way. Hey buddy, out of my way. And then you have your tail light to give you a lot of extra visibility actually. So it's a pretty nice setup. It's a reasonable price. It's not hard to install. I think that the instructions could be clearer. They're a little hard to read. And again, there are different brand names that are, you know, the same or similar. But in any event, this kind of just tells you a little about it and tells you how to get it up and running. It seems a little more complicated than it is. It's actually not bad. So I'm going to go ahead and close out this review. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them. I think you can leave them in the remarks section. I hope you found the video helpful, and hopefully we'll see you out there riding around sometime. Bye-bye.